Now, when we do non-productive, repetitive behavior, it's covert. And what I mean by covert, it's under the skin. So those are scripts. And the scripts that we have are they're either winning scripts or non-winning scripts. Winning scripts are things like trying is good. Winning scripts are things like winning makes failure feel better. Winning scripts are things like I can do this. Non-winning scripts are things like, maybe you heard it from your parents, don't try too hard, you may be disappointed. Non-winning scripts are things like, being number one is not always great. Don't put yourself out there too much, you may get hurt. Hell, David talked about scripts. We have them, right? When you go to the street, you tell your kids, don't talk to whom? Strangers. Then all of a sudden, 25 years later, what do you have to do? Talk to strangers. No wonder you walk into a networking meeting or the first time you ever get on stage and you sweat 900 bullets. Because all you hear is your mother saying what? Don't talk to strangers. Now, we have scripts that are real strong and David talked about scripts about money. It's huge about money. How about scripts about not being pushy? How about scripts about someone asks you a question, you answer it. Then all of a sudden, someone teaches you reversing. How does that work out? Right? I mean, look, talk about scripts. I coach kids lacrosse. I still play, but I coach kids lacrosse. And I have 7th grade travel team. And I'm from Long Island, and up there, it's almost a religion. And as a matter of fact, it is absolutely a religion. I mean, these are nutty parents up there. They are so stressed out that a 7th grader is not going to get a full scholarship to college. It's insane. So any of you from Long Island, you're nuts. Now, I spend more time talking to parents than I do my own clients sometimes. It's nuts. Now, interestingly enough, I have 2 young boys. We have an A team and a B team. These 2 kids have heart. They have desire. They're athletic. Skills, Bring them up. So they're my 2 alternates. They play, they practice, but they're my bubble boys. So I say to them, right, wrong, or indifferent, being a high D, I think this is motivation. Apparently it was for one, wasn't for one. That was 50-50, right? I say to them, by the way, I want you guys to know something. I want you. I believe in you. I think you guys have what it takes. We just need to have time. I wanted to give you a heads up. You're on the bubble. I'm choosing you to move you up to A. One kid goes, Coach, thanks. I won't let you down. I believe I should be here too. I give him a high five, slap him on the ass. I'm not really sure why we do that, but go get him, kid. Right? He walks out there. All of a sudden, next kid, his eyes are all red. He's about to cry. And all he said under his breath is, I'm the worst player. I said, no, you're not the worst player. I said, but you said I barely made the team. What scripts are going through his head? What's the difference between the 2 scripts? Do you guys play and you sell not to lose, or do you sell to win? It's a huge difference. How do you run your business? Look, my father, we played sports, as David told you, 4 boys in one house. One of the scripts that we had was, my dad worked, my mom didn't. We wanted stuff. Do we go ask mom and dad for it? Or do we have to figure out how to go make money on our own? Now, interestingly enough, because we didn't have a lot of money, we heard stuff like, money doesn't make you happy. Just because they have money, look at them, they're not happy. Let me tell you something. Money's goddamn good, right? It's really good. That shit you gotta change, right? She said it because she doesn't have any. It's good, right? So all of a sudden, scripts, we have scripts, and I love one of these scripts that I teach all my kids. I think we should, but I actually drill through my clients. The difference between losing and being beaten. Now, I played football, played lacrosse. It was funny. Every time I got in the car with my dad, after a game, how you feeling? Good. Did you leave it on the field? It's the only question he asked me. Did you leave it on the field? It's interesting. To me, losing is one thing. Being beaten is okay. Losing is never acceptable. Being beaten means that you gave it everything you had. You put your heart into it. You weren't afraid. In the world of lacrosse, the ground ball is there, and there's 4 people. You run over everybody to get the ball. If someone's moving a slide, you talk loud and you dominate. You play your best. You take risks, but you leave everything you have on the field. And if they win, God bless them, they're better. But what I think is completely unacceptable is you have the skills, and you choose not to drive your attitude to fulfill your skills. Ground ball, you see 2 people coming. In your head, you're going to go, son of a bitch, this is going to hurt. So what do? You move a little slower and let someone else pick up the ground ball. How about when I used to go out in the flat, and I was a tight end, and I used to get the knots locked out of me all the time. You go out in the flat, you catch the ball, boom! You know it's coming. You're just like, son of a bitch, it's going to hurt. Right? And if you have a non-winning script, you'll accidentally drop it so you don't get popped. So how many of us actually play the game to win, and how many of us play the game not to lose? How many of us, when we leave a sales call, actually leave everything on the field?